is Hob the poet, Harry, and he's a giant today. And from the Breath of Daydreams, me, and I'm just a little short smurf today. And we are,
Hello.
you really look like a giant. And hi, Overlord is in the chat room. And
Hey,
we
Overlord.
are doing the arguments from the Society of, why do I always get that wrong? Society
The
Secretly
Society
Perfect
of
Poets,
Perfect Poets.
secret prompt argument thing that I read on Sunday, but because we had some technical issues, but it was always supposed to be Harry and I. And so,
Thank you for
da
saying
da
we
da.
when it was me that had technical issues.
Well, and so now Harry is here today and we are doing it. Overlord, can you hear us? Can you see us? Are you
Is
there?
anyone actually there?
Are we talking to ourselves?
Are we actually live? Yes, there's the little red
We are
thing up there.
live. Well, what do you say, Harry? Shall we just start, or you want to ramble for a bit, or are you
Ready?
looking
You
forward to
ready for a
this?
fight?
Are you excited? Oh, I can
um,
finally. Wow. So there's quite a
excited.
delay.
Yeah, I can
If
fight.
they're only
Oh,
just
damn.
now.
Are we?
So we're a minute and 46 seconds in, Overlord.
So they're kind of late.
Yeah, just a little bit. And we saw you in there before we went live, so we thought that you would be all caught up with this, but you've got a bit of a lag going on, just so you know, for the whole timing thing and whatnot. But we're going to get some argument on, and we tried them just a little bit, and this is going to be
To be
amusing.
interesting.
It's going to be
Yes,
interesting,
amusing,
yes.
amusing at the least. Yeah.
And at the most,
And at the most, it's going to be one of the best things you've ever heard on YouTube.
well, of
But,
course it is. We're here. Why wouldn't it be?
it's like the best case scenario. All other videos go down on YouTube somehow, and just ours is left.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is we're gonna find ourselves on those reels that that you look at and it says 1,000,000,000,000 people have watched it, and you're like, how? And it's gonna go, look at these weirdos. They don't even know how to have their cameras straight, and they're just gonna rip us apart. Rip us apart.
Yeah, it'll just end out on one of those try not to cringe combinations.
Yes, yes. That's good to know. Overlord's
I
happy to
think
see you.
we'll do okay. I'm glad to be here. It's nice to
So
see your messages in text.
it's nice to see you, Overlord. So shall we do this?
So yeah, so we're going to start with the nature of ash. Hi, Leslie. The nature of ash with asinine pain in the assery.
Asinine pain in the ass. Go for it.
Raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs. Patience comes slowly, but resignedly endures. Sometimes she carries a stern-sounding word, but I'm persistently tenacious shit. Tired arms from a mania swing and a miss. Rarely, but this morning, got a base hit. Let's go early.
Hey, Nate.
We always say you don't want to be late.
But this is really, really early.
Oh, come on, girl. I'm feeling kind of squirrely.
You take anything? How much?
Yep,
How you know how much?
because each is scored in its own weight of intensity.
Why you gotta talk that way?
Hey, turn here. Pull up to that gate.
This place ain't safe.
Not somewhere you want to be late.
Just get your picks, huh?
Is anywhere ever safe? Come on, you know what I mean. Pull up a little further, close to that ravine.
Are you getting out of the car?
It's just a couple of feet. I'm not going to go far.
I think this is dangerous and I won't have it.
Gee, that sounds a little possessive.
Well, you running yourself down has become a really bad habit.
Well, that just makes me want to say something mean about you being obsessive.
Really? 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 Really?
Man, I'm just messing with you.
Why are we here anyway? What's up with you?
Look around.
Gross.
Come on, get out of the car. Help me take some pictures.
I still don't think this is healthy.
Isn't that a beautiful sunrise?
God, this place is filthy.
Dude, look at those gold colors.
Why are you taking pictures of the ground?
Look at all this trash.
I don't know why you find it of any surprise.
Why do you find this a surprise?
I thought you were taking pictures of the sunrise.
Yeah, and this garbage.
Just tell me why you want pictures of this.
Because this can all do so much damage.
Shh! That guy is taking a piss.
Or we can start a drive. Wanted antibiotic creams and bandage.
Really, I don't understand you, Ash.
Dude, look at all that junk. You got all the garbage bags in your trunk?
I do, but I don't have any gloves.
Look over there. Do you see those mourning doves? I love the sound they make.
Quit changing the subject. We're not picking this up.
We should come out here with a rake.
I'm not going to come out here looking like a couple of fools with gardening tools.
Why do you care what anyone thinks?
Damn, girl, this side of town stinks.
Dude, come on. We both know infection can lead to death.
I'm more concerned with safety, and right now, you're short of breath.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my pictures.
Here's hand sanitizer.
You're so funny. Worried about looking like a garbage picker.
Why you always gotta be such an antagonizer?
Come on, let's go to the doctor so we can talk more about death.
You know, I hate when you talk like that.
What? You want me to talk like you?
Girl, get back in the car. I think I see a rat.
That rat ain't gonna hurt you.
All right, we got our pictures. Now what you gonna do?
Uh-oh, Miss Grumpy Gills. I feel inspiration coming on. Have I? Did I? Ah, I misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon. Moon!
Of everything going on, why is this your concern?
It's the cycle of things. I think we can recycle some of these things.
Hmm. We'll make some calls.
So, how many do you think in a plastic bottle?
What? What do you mean?
Damn, woman, quit trying to make me do math.
Are you really trying to pick a silly argument with me?
Ha, good question, Angela. Maybe.
Shh. You think you are so funny, but I believe you broke that out a little late.
Or, I wonder, a little too soon?
Seriously? I've had enough.
Why? You always ask me so many questions, anyways.
Why? You always doing crazy stuff. Why are you always pushing the limits?
Because I seriously think we can fix this.
Girl, in 20 minutes?
Don't look at me like that. What are you? You trying to call my bluff?
Come on, this place it smells rough.
Well, you're ever, forever, the stern, discerning problem solver. Ha!
Ha! Hi, Steve. Hi, Tommy.
Yeah,
Leslie's
that was good.
happy, and Overlord's laughing. But Angela and Ash wasn't here to see it. We'll have to
That's a
send it to
shame.
him. We'll have to
Yeah.
send it to him. Should we have Overlord DM Angela and say Harry and
Just to let them
Angelique
know
are
that
making a
we're
fool of
doing
themselves? Yeah, in case she
it. Yeah,
doesn't
why
know.
not?
Overlord, can you send a message to Angela and let her know that we are doing this in case she wants to play it? Oh, Overlord says that calls for a ta-da. Oh, Harry's got it. He's got multiple
Ta-da!
phones. Ta-da! Never mind, Overlord.
Oh, sorry, I'm replying to someone else at the moment just to stop them, just in case I get a phone call. So I'm just trying to prevent interruption for a sec.
She liked my message already. Cool.
Cool.
Thanks. Thoroughly awesome, says Tommy. And hearts. You got a purple hearts and an awesome from Tommy. And Leslie
Great.
just
Thanks,
sent a
Tommy.
message
That
to
was good
Ash.
fun.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. And this is going to be
Yes,
hard.
that definitely has an air. I think anyone that's been in any kind of relationship can gain some familiarity from that kind of back and
Just a
forth.
little bit.
I certainly can.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sounds slightly familiar. So this one is by broken_blue_pin and is called Arguing for the Sake of. Why are you arguing with me?
Just because?
Because why?
Do you not know
Know what?
why I am here?
To perform a skit with me.
Of course not.
Then why?
Why what?
What? Wait. Why are you here?
Just because.
Just because why?
What do you mean?
Why is getting an answer from you like pulling teeth?
Because.
Because why? You arguing with me even before I ask the first question.
Raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs.
So then you are a bored provocateur trying to get under my skin.
Of course not. Have you seen the size of me? I am much too large to fit under your skin.
I thought you were here to do a skit with me.
What?
This is Saturday Night Live.
Wait. It's Saturday.
Yes, live from New York. It's Saturday.
Saturday I stomp on Tokyo.
Your agent set this skit up. We are paying you to be in New York.
I always stomp Tokyo on Saturdays.
They let you stomp Tokyo on Saturdays?
Yeah.
Godzilla, you mean to tell me that on Saturdays they let you stomp Tokyo?
Yeah.
Oh no! There goes Tokyo!
Yeah. I always stomp Tokyo on Saturdays.
Sounds like history is pointing out the follies of men.
Yeah. Again and again.
Well, maybe you can stomp New York tonight.
Stomp Tokyo Saturdays, not New York. Of course, Wapner is on Mondays.
So no city stomping on Mondays.
Yeah.
Can we do the skit together, please?
Of course I am not wearing my underwear.
What?
I'm definitely not wearing my underwear.
What are you talking about? I gave you a pair of my underwear earlier in the green room.
Those are not my underwear.
What are you talking about? Those were fresh underwear. I told you to go into the bathroom and put them on.
Yeah.
Where are the underwear?
In my jacket pocket.
What? Why?
Those are not my underwear. Definitely not my underwear. They are too tight. Definitely not my underwear.
Mr. Zilla, what's the difference? They are clean underwear.
I get my underwear at Kmart. Kmart in Cincinnati. These are definitely not my underwear from Kmart.
Those are very expensive silk underwear.
I wear cotton boxers, Hanes size 732. Those are definitely not boxers. Boxers made of cotton from Kmart, Kmart in Cincinnati.
Can we forget the underwear?
I'm definitely not wearing any underwear.
Look here, God. It's Saturday night. We are live from New York City.
Yeah, Saturdays I stomp on Tokyo.
Godzilla!
Yeah.
Your agent brought you here to do a skit with me on Saturday Night Live, not to argue.
My agent definitely misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon.
What? Mr. Godzilla, are you arguing with me just for the sake of arguing? Do you not want to get paid?
Yeah, but I'm definitely not wearing any underwear.
What?
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Ta-da!
That was so ridiculous.
I think what was ridiculous about it was you and I just wasn't reading it right.
I know that it's written in a very specific way, but we tried doing it in a few different ways, and we just couldn't
We
get it to
suck.
flow. Yeah. We really did try to do it in like the very specific kind of characters doing characters kind of way, but man,
No, we
you
sucked.
need some proper comedy timing for that.
And we don't have it apparently.
We are not professional.
Very square. We sounded horrible trying to do it. Oh, hi, Angela.
I think
And
it's a really
Tommy says,
fun argument, though. It's so silly, and it's just got that proper set. I mean, if you know the Saturday Night Live kind of
yeah,
environment, it's really got that feel to it.
it does. And Tommy says it's wonderfully creative. And we're so happy to see Angela. And Angela's friend is there with
Hi,
her.
Angela.
So they
Awesome.
enjoyed it. Hi, friend and Angela. And Overlord says it's so much easier to follow with two voices. I was doing two voices, or my voice is not different enough. I was trying to.
I think it's probably when you're doing it by yourself, it was hard to not try and hurry between
Yeah,
lines. But the
it
fact that you
was.
had to stop, I could pause and you could pause.
Yeah,
So it broke it
that's
up a
true.
little bit more naturally. So I
That's true.
apologize, Broken Blue Pen. I know it was written very specifically, and we did try.
We did try Blue. It's really great writing. We just suck.
We just made it our own for better or for worse. Probably for
Yeah,
worse, but you know.
it happens. Can't win them all, or so they say. Angela says, y'all did so well. You really sounded like us. Oh, that's nice of you, Angela.
Oh, good. You managed to listen. Awesome.
And so next we have From the Breath of Daydreams, mine.
Okay, I gotta get my voice right for this one, and you gotta
Just
keep it straight.
keep it straight. Okay. Just an average day at the BGC, a discussion between Daydream Sparkalicious and Sandy, aka Time. He's just upset because you misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon.
I most certainly did not.
Dids too.
Did not.
Dids too. I heard you.
You absolutely did not. This is ridiculous. The moon doesn't even leap.
Does too.
It does not.
Yep, yep, yep. I saws it with me very own eyes. A fuse of the gargoyles loans to me. They're so luckies to have Gemstone's eyes. I wants Gemstone's eyes. Here's, I'm going to take a nap and you can sprinkles all the right spicy bits on me so that when I wakes up, poof, jeepers, creepers, Sparkalicious got the best peepers in the whole wide
You
universe.
are infuriating. Stop changing the subject. I didn't misspeak, and moons don't leap.
M's not, I's not, you's did, and I saws it. It was so pretty. Kind of like the peepers you're going to help me get. What do you think? Tanzanites?
Raging. You
Whoa,
infuriate me.
that's
I
wrong.
swear
That's
it
wrong.
is.
Yep, it put it in the wrong order. So we
Oh,
need to go back, and whenever we get to that part, we got to skip ahead to and then go back one.
so it goes 1, 3, 2, 4.
Yeah, it put it in the wrong order. Sorry, I
Okay,
didn't catch
excuse
that
me.
yet.
2 seconds. I need to let this cat out before he pulls the carpet up.
Okay.
Oh, and tears the pictures off my wall. Good grief. Go on. One in, one out. Now I have a cat that's going to start shouting at me in the room. Okay, we'll just carry on. Okay, so this first slide, then the third slide, then back to the second slide, and then to the fourth slide. Right, we got this.
Yes, please. So, where shall we start at?
No, wait. That's not right, because the last slide is the fourth slide. This has got a very... This is in completely the wrong order. The fourth slide is the fourth slide is the final one. And there's 1, 2, 3 after it.
What? So why don't we go, instead of reading from that, since it clearly put it in all the wrong order, why don't we go down to where it says tonight's arguments and read it from there, because they're in the right order.
Where? Oh, the other chat. Okay.
Yeah, from Sunday.
Okay, where is yours?
I didn't do anything. WhatsApp put them in a different order than what they should be. There's the argument, says Leslie.
We're just going to, yeah, this is a freeform argument happening right now. Okay, so this is definitely the right order.
Yes.
Okay, this looks good.
So, just an average day at the BGC, a discussion between Daydream Sparkalicious and Sandy, aka Time. You's just upset because you's misspoken the candor of a leaping February moon.
I most certainly did not.
Did's too.
Did not.
Did's too. I heard you.
You absolutely did not. This is ridiculous. The moon doesn't even leap.
Does too.
It does not.
Yep. I saws it with me very own eyes. A few of the gargoyles loaned to me. They're so luckies to have gemstone eyes. I wants gemstone eyes. Here's, I'm going to take a nap, and you can sprinkle all the right spicy bits on me, so that when I wakes up, poof! Jeepers, creepers, Sparkalicious got the best peepers in the whole wide universe.
You're infuriating. Stop changing the subject. I didn't misspeak, and moons don't leap.
Him's not, I's not, he's did, and I saws it. It was so pretty, kind of like the peepers you're going to help me get. What do you think? Tanzanites? Tourmalines? Ooh, you can mix me up a new batch of somethings just for me.
You can barely see 6 inches in front of your pesky little whiskers. How do you expect me to believe you saw something hundreds of thousands of miles away? Hmm?
I told yous, the gargoyles helped me. Now you's changing the subjects. Can you just make me my very own special peepers? I don't needs to seize with them. They just needs to be pretty.
I most certainly will not. You've went batty in the attic. Quit changing the subject and quit arguing with me. Explain why you think I misspoke and prove to me that moons leap.
Say you'll make me the special peepers.
I most certainly will not.
Says it.
No.
Says it.
Nope.
Says it, please.
Fine, but only so my suffering will end before you destroy every last grain of patience I have.
Kind of impossible since you're the big tickety talk and all, but I can play your games. Ready, set, go, 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 go! Raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs.
Raging? You infuriate me. I swear, if I weren't so bored with life.
Told yous, I wins.
You win nothing. How did you see the moon leap, and when did I misspeak?
It'd be so much easier to say when you didn't. I lets the ravens bar me toes for the eclipsical parties, and I's only has 4 paws. That's Adam admittance to.
I told you to stop stealing paws. They do not make good fruit bowls. You don't even eat fruit. And the bats.
Wilma and Fred. They have names and gets upset when we groups them. It's just Wilma and Fred who wants the paw bowls. The rest prefers the hanging trees. They said the bruised fleshy bits makes the fruit sweeter, but only for so long. It's wise I got to keep getting more.
Enough with the paws. When did I misspeak?
Whence did you not?
I rarely do.
He always does.
I do not.
Does too.
Have not.
Wills too. Would you stop arguing with Sandy, Sparkalicious? You're throwing off the vibrations of my new phalange timpani. I've not arguing. Oh, I think you are.
Told you.
Dids nots.
Did too.
Dids nots and lots and what kind of knots? You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
Really? The nonsense I put up with. Who's you calling nonsensicals, Fei? Well, if the fang fits.
Why are you interrupting our conversation?
You mean your argument? We're
We're
not
not
arguing.
arguing.
Yes, you are.
It's highly improbable.
Nope. Really?
Absolutely.
We just talking's like a bunch of boredoms.
Prove it, oh wise Phaser.
Oh, you gonna let him get away with calling you wise, Fei? Wants me to bite him? I can take at least 30 seconds off his clocks just for you. Come here, Sandy Bits. I's be hungry.
Come near me with those fangs and...
Sharpie teeths.
What?
Says it. We's agreed they's be Sharpie teeths.
That doesn't sound at all like me.
Does too. You said I had the bestest Sharpie teeths of all Sharpie teeths ever sharpened.
I highly doubt that.
Fei. Really, you two?
What?
Sandy's lines to pick on me. I think you're both arguing just to get under my skin.
Didn't his deathliness recommend you stop doing that pesky thinking Phaser? See where it's getting you?
Don't listen to his nonsensicals. He just wants to be a canary.
I really don't.
Does twos.
I would never.
Woods twos, you ours. Tweet, tweet. She means contrary. You're being contrary, Sandy. I does not.
I most certainly am not. The little kitty accused me of misspeaking.
If the tongue fits.
I beg your pardon?
Just saying, you're always misspeaking. Told you.
We'll agree to disagree.
So you admit you've been arguing. Never!
I don't know what you're talking about.
An argument is a collective series of statements to establish a definitive proposition. Is that not what the two of you have been doing? No, I've been negotiating for new peepers.
I've been wasting valuable seconds listening to nonsense while waiting for the skin suits to change their clocks. Don't be like that, kitten. Let's go find the right ingredients for those new peepers of yours. You can tell me all about how you coaxed the gargles to get you close enough to the moon to see it leaping, and then I'll tell you a bedtime story about the last paw you found.
Oh, you means the one from the giantess Frankenspider with all the nevers? It's got furs on its pinchers. Who knew?
Yes. Did I tell you when I first came across them? It was some 3 billion years ago when the planet was still...
Those two. Gotta love them.
Ta-da. Mercury. I thought that was quite
Mercury's
good.
like, what? Thank you.
That's good. That was a good one to come in halfway through.
Hi, Mercury. Hope you're having a good day. that was the argument that I wrote too for the last prompt.
I'm just going to send Dan a link because he might join. He might watch for a little while.
Okay. And
Yeah, that was
get
fun.
back
That
to
was good. And yeah, and well done for reading those two parts together.
thank you. Yeah, I threw myself a few times. What in the world? Now you know how earlier you were missing all the ones? Now I'm missing all the ones. Oh, now
Yeah,
they're
it
there.
seems to need a second when you click on the batch of pictures. Like if you just start scrolling, it seems to just stop.
And Tommy still thinks we've got the awesomeness going on. So we haven't
That's
lost our
cool.
awesomeness. Thank you, Tommy.
That's thank goodness. I don't know what I'd do without my awesomeness. Our awesomeness, sorry.
Borrow some of mine because I am just loaded with it.
Do I have to borrow some? So I'm gonna have to give it back.
Yes, when I run out.
Okay, what have we got next? Oh, we're rounding off the arguments, aren't we? With no more half measures.
Yes, and then the overlords.
Oh yeah, of
So
course we
this
got. Oh man, Overlord, you're gonna break us with yours. I swear.
you are the
I
emojis,
swear.
dude, the emojis. I apologize ahead of time because I am going to get them wrong. I ignored them before, but no, Harry's like, you have to say the emojis.
I think because they're yeah. You'll see it's all kind of reference, so we've got to try and vocalize the emojis. I think so anyway. We'll
I
see. I don't know.
apologize when I get
Overlord
them wrong.
Overlord might let you off the hook, but I get the feeling they're meant to be.
So this is No More Half Measures 2023. Disagree to disagreeably agree.
Ah, good morning. You look like a disagreeable fellow, perfectly opposed to an adversarial tete-a-tete.
Indeed, my fine fellow, I say, arguments are akin to a spirited joust, a clash of wits in the arena of ideas.
Oh, but aren't arguments merely a means to inflate one's ego, to hear the sound of one's own voice echoing through the chambers of righteousness?
Nonsense! Arguments are the crucible where truth is forged. They're the spice of intellectual life. Raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs. The yeast in the bread of enlightenment.
Ha! More like the sour grapes of discontent fermenting in the cask of pomposity. Arguments serve only to divide, to sow discord among friends and foes alike.
Balderdash! Arguments are the very essence of progress. They propel us forward like a mighty steam locomotive chugging through the fog of ignorance.
Progress, you say? More like a hamster on a wheel running in circles of futility. Arguments achieve naught but a headache and a bitter taste in the mouth.
A headache, perhaps, but a headache of illumination, like a thunderstorm cleansing the stale air. Arguments purge the mind of cobwebs and complacency. Sadly, you misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon.
Oh, spare me your poetic drivel. Arguments are like a rusty blade, inflicting wounds upon the soul and leaving scars that never truly heal.
Ah, but scars tell tales and build character, do they not? They remind us of the battles fought, of victories won, and lessons learned. Arguments are the scars of wisdom, my friend.
Scars, scars, scars. I'll take a smooth, unblemished mind over a battlefield of scars any day. Arguments only serve to muddy the waters of clarity.
But clarity without challenge is like a garden without weeds, pristine yet barren. Arguments are the weeds that nourish the garden of thought, allowing ideas to flourish and bloom.
Well, I'd rather have a barren garden than one choked with thorns and thistles. Arguments are the weeds of destruction, choking the life out of reason and rationality.
Destruction, you say? Nay, arguments are the architects of innovation, the builders of civilization. They tear down the walls of ignorance and erect monuments to human intelligence.
Monuments? More like towering edifices of arrogance, monuments to the folly of man, arguments are the wrecking ball of civility, smashing through the fragile facade of social harmony.
One moment, I clicked off of the whole page. Sorry. And I did it again. What the?
No, this is not improving our argument one bit.
Sorry.
It's going to start a whole new argument mid-argument. One cannot be trusted to argue
Okay.
live on camera.
No, say your monuments part again.
Arguments are the wrecking ball of civility, smashing through the fragile facade of social harmony.
Fragile facade, indeed. Arguments are the mortar that binds society together, the glue that holds our disparate minds in communion. Without arguments, we'd be but solitary islands adrift in a sea of apathy.
Islands adrift, you say? Better to be adrift than dashed upon the rocks of conflict. Arguments are the sirens luring us to our doom, singing sweet songs of dissent and discord.
Ah, but what is life without a little adventure, a little danger? Arguments are the spice of existence, the seasoning that gives flavor to the bland gruel of life's banquet.
Gruel, you call it, more like the bitter pill of reality forced down the throat of unwilling participants. Arguments are the indigestible lump in the throat of progress.
Progress, progress, progress. Arguments are the very engine of progress, the fuel that propels us forward into the unknown. Without arguments, we'd still be living in caves, grunting like savages.
Savages, you say? Better to grunt in peace than prattle on in pointless pontification. Arguments are the chains that bind us to the past, shackles, dragging us back into the mire of antiquity.
Antiquity, my dear fellow, is but a stepping stone on the path to greatness. Arguments are the bridge that spans the chasm of history, connecting the past to the future in an unbroken chain of enlightenment.
Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Enlightenment! Spare me your lofty ideas. Arguments are the false prophets leading us astray, promising enlightenment but delivering only confusion and chaos.
Chaos, chaos, chaos. Embrace the chaos, my friend, for within it lies the seed of creation. Arguments are the chaos from which order emerges, the primordial soup from which life springs forth.
Life. 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 Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Arguments are the spiders spinning their webs of deceit, trapping the unwary in a labyrinth of half-truths and falsehoods.
Falsehoods, 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 but within every falsehood lies a kernel of truth waiting to be unearthed. Arguments are the archaeologists of the mind, digging through the layers of deception to uncover the buried treasure of knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge. Knowledge. What is the good? What good is knowledge without wisdom? Arguments are the fool's gold glittering in the sun, promising riches but delivering only disappointment.
Disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. Oh, but disappointment is the mother of invention. Arguments may lead us down dead end streets, but it is in the detours that we find our true destination.
Destination, destination, destination. And where, pray tell, does this winding road lead? Arguments are the darkness at the end of the tunnel, hopelessly in search of a light that never shines.
Shine, shine, shines. But shine it does, my friend, if only we have the courage to see it. Arguments are the torches lighting our way through the caverns of ignorance, guiding us ever closer to the truth.
Truth, truth, truth. Ah, but what is truth but a fleeting illusion, a mirage shivering on the horizon of understanding? Arguments are the mirages that lead us astray, leaving us parched and empty handed in the desert of uncertainty.
Uncertainty? Uncertainty. Uncertainty? Uncertainty, embrace it, my friend, for within it lies the beauty of the unknown. Arguments are the compasses guiding us through the wilderness of doubt, pointing the way to new horizons and undiscovered lands.
Lands? 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 But what awaits us in these uncharted territories? Arguments are the sirens singing their sweet songs of temptation, luring us ever further from the safety of the known.
Known, known, known. But what is safety without risk? Arguments are the wings that lift us from the nest of complacency, teaching us to soar to new heights and explore the boundless sky of possibility.
Possibility. Possibility. Possibility. Ah, but what if the sky is but a painted ceiling, an illusion crafted by the hands of fate? Arguments are the brushes with which we paint our own destiny, creating our own reality in a world of infinite potential.
Potential, potential, potential. And what greater potential is there than the power of argumentation itself? Arguments are the seeds of change, but even with water and sunlight, they cannot change a stubborn mind.
I guess we will have to disagree to disagree.
I don't agree to that. Or do I? Therein lies the argument. Dun dun dun. Ta-da.
Ta-da!
That was nice, Richard.
Yes,
He
so
has so many
epically written.
fabulous lines through it. I mean, every stanza, what he wrote about what an argument is just,
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean, and to
they
be
feel
able to
like
get that
genuine,
many,
genuine arguments for and against.
yeah,
They both sound like educated arguments for
very
both
much so.
sides,
Very much
and
so.
it's
And
just quite
Tommy says,
quite funny
wonderful.
as well.
Hmm. He did a he did a spectacular job.
Hmm.
And Leslie says
Yeah,
that was stupendous
stupendous.
and wonderful.
Hmm. Well, thanks, guys. That was quite fun. This is going to be trickier.
Okay. And Overlord says, very well done. Save your very well done for when we get through with this one,
Yeah,
Overlord. And remember to say
yeah.
very well done afterwards, no matter what happens.
I think it's going
We
to be
had
more like nice try after this.
we had like 2 minutes before the time was up to go live when we got to this one. And let's just say
We should have spent all the time we spent practicing the other ones,
it
practicing
wasn't
this one.
encouraging. We suck. So, a rabbit hole argument. Overwhelmed by the rarity of a 29th day, they misspoke in the candor of, oh, wait a minute. A rabbit hole argument by VJHD.writer, the Overlord. Sorry about that. Is it really that tricky? It's not that it's that tricky. The emojis. You're going to get
It's
us
the
with the
vocalizing
emojis.
it. It's really easy to read, but it's the vocalization of the way it's written, which is it's tricky to get the flow. But you know,
We'll be awesome. We'll be possum. We'll be marvelous.
we'll be fine.
Or that. A rabbit hole argument by VJHD.writer. Overwhelmed by the rarity of a 29th day, they misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon. Raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs. Therefore, you may as well strap in for a ride, as this roller coaster live isn't ending on any full stops. Okay. Let's see. Who is here? Harry?
I think I'm here.
Well, how can you think you are here?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, where do you come from?
Outside.
No, where from?
Oh, my car.
Eye roll emoji. Okay, moving on. We know Harry is here. Who else is here?
How do you know I'm here?
Well, I can see you, can't I?
Can you?
You were right in front of me. Disgruntled face emoji.
Well, I could be a figment of your imagination. How do you know that you are here?
Because I'm standing here.
You could be laying in bed dreaming you are standing.
Well, in that case, we aren't having an argument and I am sleep talking, so be quiet now. Finger pointing emoji.
Hmm. To be or not to be? Isn't that the question we should be asking?
No, because this is a poetry live, not a philosophy class.
Well,
Fly caught in the mouth emoji.
well, poetry is the very essence of existentialism, wouldn't you say?
In that case, you are simply made up of poems you have written.
Well, the argument of existentialism is that my essence is made up of my choices and not by what I am governed to be. So I guess I am just one long-winded poem.
So, what about those who don't write poetry? They cease to exist? Super sad emoji face.
You cannot cease if you have never begun.
But how do we begin if we can't write a poem of entry into the earth?
I guess the very act of being born is Mother Nature's form of poetry.
No, because then we'd lose existentialism and fall into essentialism. If someone else wrote us into existence, then we have no free will and are simply designed and controlled by our creator.
Why can we not have both? Existentialism as children learning the way of the world, but growing up existentially with questions only children can truly ask.
Well, on that premise, most of the humans have grown to be carbon copies of who they were designed to be. Essentialist humans who have existential crises around midlife for a week before they buy a red sports car.
Yes, you did, in a very argumentative tone, I might add.
That's not
No,
right.
that's mixed it up. Wait, it's just the next one. Say your last line again.
Well, on that premise, most of the humans have grown to be carbon copies of who they were designed to be. Essentialist humans who have existential crises around midlife for a week before they buy a red sports car.
My car isn't red. Worried emoji.
Um, Existentialism is about individual freedom and creating your own meaning in life.
Well, that's 42. Geeky glasses face.
Since I know that raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of a bored provocateurs, I am not going to play along with this. I have free will and I choose not to argue with you. Sly
You
slash
weren't
eye
arg-
emoji.
you weren't arguing with me.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. You were being ludicrous and I was presenting a counter argument.
You were just making a connected series of statements.
Yes, intended to establish a proposition.
I really don't think I should be encouraging you. You seem to simply want to argue with me.
What? I just told you I won't be arguing with you.
Yes, you did, in a very argumentative tone, I might add.
I did not. I'm as cold as a cucumber.
And red as a beet.
This is ridiculous.
Giggling face, tongue sticking out face, duck.
We agreed you'd say quacker. You clearly misspoke in the candor of a leaping February mood.
That made absolutely no sense. What are you talking about?
I was just replying to the emoticons you deployed. If you want me to make sense, then try speaking actual English. Half dead zombie face. Because the tongue's sticking out of one eye.
Oh, good grief. And all we have from from the Overlord is, oh no.
It's because you didn't say you were linking a quacker.
That just didn't make sense to me at all. I thought it'd throw you off if I just said duck. It worked.
So are we still awesome, Tommy?
To be fair, that went better than I was expecting it to.
Okay. Well,
that was weird, wasn't it?
finally.
For
And if
a
this is your
poetry
first
live,
time
that was
meeting us,
bizarre. Honestly, this is a poetry live. And this is how we end all lives, with 15 minutes of giggling into a covered face.
Stop.
Because we're professionals and we know exactly what we're doing.
Well, get it all out of your system because we can't be doing this on the next one. So get it out.
Fine.
Get it out.
I'm fine.
Well,
It's
they're
just trying to
hard.
motivate yourself. You do it. Come on. You got this.
They're hardy and laughing. And Leslie's doing
You're such a goose. Yeah.
He is a goose, isn't he?
I question your description of that final emoji. The word zombie, I'm sure, does not apply. But hey ho.
Because one eye's big and one eye's little, and the tongue's hanging out like a zombie.
It's like winking tongue sticking out face. I just think it's funny to like literally describe the things rather than interpret them.
I do interpret it as a zombie. So, on that note,
well, there's that.
This was a great example of what we do as a society of secretly perfect poets.
Weird example, but yeah, probably quite a good one because it does get strange.
Don't you want to join us?
Don't you want to get involved in this absolute weirdness?
And so, with that,
there's no accounting for taste. I'm sure someone will like it.
We should say thank you guys for letting us read your arguments. And
thank you, and I'm sorry. I'm sure that they could have been read better if we had more. If we did, well, we had time, but if we had rehearsed even more. But I think it was good fun.
It was very good fun, yes. And they would have definitely probably been read better if someone else had read them other than us.
But they're all perfectly written. They're
great written.
They were naturally flowing arguments that really felt real, despite whether nonsense was weaved into it or not. I think they all functioned very well as arguments.
Yeah, they were really great written. We just are poor actors. And Tommy says, thank you both. And Leslie says, let's enjoy the rainy day. And on that note, do you want to pull up the poem and read it with me? Or we can read every other line or something? It's our outro now. If we're doing a society piece, we read the society poem. Outro.
I'll let you read it.
You would. So we are the voices beyond the din. We are the cats who will always win. We are the poets of imagination, creativity, and meow, scratching alphabetical dexterity. We search for clues and hunt for treats. We base our prose on intellectual beats, instinctual beats. We keep a sharp eye towards various causes. We attract certain types of poetic pauses. We have a propensity for finding the fun when not being studiously serious with puns. We are the voices above the fray. We're the safe space for those with something to say. And now the Overlord is laughing while licking
Throwing zombie,
crackers
giggling
too.
zombie faces or whatever you are. Quackers.
So
Duck.
if y'all would like to go back and see us, we'll be starting back in a moment with the Bring Moist Back poems.
Bringing it back.
We're bringing it back. We're
We're
gonna
bringing it
make
back hard.
bye. Got nothing. I got nothing.